Hi everybody, this is Al Spath, your poker instructor for the day. Today is the 11th of August, 2015. Continuing our quest to build a bankroll at the micro limits. We're here at Full Flush Poker, 5-cent, 10-cent game. I'm Teach, and on Twitch I'm Teach GPL. That's the Global Poker League. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel there, get notifications when I'm live online. Here you see I've picked up a really lousy hand out of position. We have an early raiser. It's an easy folding hand. It doesn't matter if 4 or 5 people of these come in. I would never play this hand in this position. This is generally ace king or ace queen. Just sat down, so he's going to sit out a hand. Guess he's going to sit out. He took his big 40-cent bet and locked up. Now it cost me a nickel for 35. I'm getting 7 to 1 on my money. I don't know what this guy's going to do. I'm out of position, bad cards. But for a nickel, I'll take a chance on a 7-6 hitting the board. If he raises it, I'll probably bail out. Well, I got 2 pair. So I'm going to go for a check raise because I'm out of position. I'm hoping that this guy with all this money will put a bet in there of 40 cents. He only does 20. I'll make it 80. He's saying he's got the jack. This guy called pretty quick here, so he might be on a draw for the hearts. I got to be careful of a heart coming off. So now I'm going to make the whole pot bet. If they want to draw out of me, they're going to have to pay full fare. He knows that I've got better than him at this point. Again, on a blind bets, I see I want to get paid off. Well, I might as well do the max here. Don't think the 4 could have helped him. I need to take my auto muck off too. So right away we win with a lousy hand because we took a chance for a nickel. Sometimes you get lucky and you get that. Other times you don't. For the times that you do hit that, it's going to make up for all those nickels that you pay. So I think it's always worth it. Now, of course, if the big blind would have raised, I'd probably thrown it away. Some of you might play a hand like this because it's 2 suited cards, and they're also in late position. But position is great, but your cards are still bad. I could have raised with it and tried to steal 15 cents, but with these lower limits, stealing is not really a great option for you. You're spending too much money to win too little of money. I hit a queen here, but those 3 clubs and that 8-9 queen, people like to play 10 jack. Now the 10's there, now they only need is a jack. I would not like to be in this hand with my queen. There's 2 aces. I would have been up against that from the beginning, from the get-go. We look around the table. This guy just sat down. He's going to post. This is a crappy hand. We can see this guy's been winning because you can only sit with 10. So we get facts. Here's facts. He's ahead. Just sat down probably. Little down, little down. Been doing very good. Up at $52. So he either been here a long time or he got a really juicy hand and got that much. So we know that this person probably can play until he proves that he's just lucky. And then Killadonk is always around the table. He's kind of awful. And even the awful person can beat you. That's what hurts the most. And they got this guy down here, Dan Lockwood, which he's won a hand or 2 because he's up over $11. Sometimes you concentrate at a table on the worst player, and while you're doing that and everybody else is targeting that person, you become a target as well. So you got to be really careful that you don't keep everybody in mind when you're at the table. It's really easy to lose sight of the fact that other people are laying in the weeds looking to set traps, especially at the nickel dime level. As we go up in stakes to 10 cent, 25, and 25.50, you'll notice that the play gets a little different. There's a little bit more pre-flop aggression. You'll find out people throw a lot more hands away. They just protect their money a little bit more. If you're down into penny 2 cents or 2 cent, 5 cent, you're probably struggling trying to put players on hands and trying to figure things out. When you get up to nickel dime, you can start to assume certain facts, not in evidence, and put people on hands. Twitch allows us to keep the videos for 14 days. You'll notice that I have 2 or 3 videos in there right now, and then they delete them. They just don't keep a storage of them. So I've created a YouTube channel. It's just Al Spath, ALSPATH, 2 words, and you can find all my videos there. There's probably 19 or 20 of them there. Now, he limped. And this could be the fact that he's got a small pair or medium pair, or he's got a suited ace. Could be that he has a big hand. He wanted me to do what I did, but I can't limp here. I have to get position, and he's going to check to me. I'm going to bet the whole pot because I'm up against one player. And if he comes out betting, if he don't bet enough, I'll come over the top of him. If he bets 75 cents, well, I don't think he's really hit here, so I'm going to come over the top. I don't like the clubs being like that. I'm going to bet 3/4 of the pot. And I ran into a wall. So he's either got 2 pair or he's got the flush. I've got 365 in the pot. It's going to cost me $7 to win 15. I'm only getting 2 to 1 on my money. I got 2 overcards and a flush draw. I think I'm caught. I think I must fold. Sometimes you just don't get away with it. This is a fold. Even if he had just the king, you know, I've got a redraw for 2 sevens. Yes, I could get another club. I have a 7 of clubs. I might be able to get a flush, but he also may have a club that's bigger than my 7. My 7 wasn't that big to give me confidence that getting a club would assist me in the hand. There's flop leg. There's my 7s. I have a tendency, if I drop down $2 or $3, I'm down $2 here, is that I balance it out and get it back up to the $10. Down here, if you're going to get into a big hand, you really want to make the max that you can. You don't want to be running low on ammunition. You don't take a knife to a gunfight. That's just the way it is. Yesterday, I was playing over at True Poker, and I think I lost 2 out of the first 4 hands, and I was down. But they seemed to see my cards. They think that I was very wild and very active, which I am at times with like pocket 7s there raising. And it gave them a false impression. And I then hit a flush with a queen 9 on the blinds, and I bet all my money. And I got a guy with ace 10. There was a 10 on the board. He called me down, and of course he only had the 1 pair. And I felted him, but I had I had reloaded to $25, so you know I went back up to like 48 or something in that vicinity. I don't know exactly what he had, but I doubled my money. So the Friday for $6 I lost earlier at the table was returned to me 5 times. First person to bet here should win. That's a pretty lousy bet, though. See, that wouldn't get me out of this. If I had a gut shot, I'd probably stick around because I know everybody else is going to contribute 19 cents. You would love to have the king queen here. We won't find out. Easy fold. If that was 4 or 5 of diamonds, I'd have hit the pot button. Probably 90, 95% of the time, somewhere in that range. Lousy bet in late position. Another lousy bet in late position. This guy Killadon could have just made a big bet there and taken 30 cents down pretty easily. If I had my cards back and I was playing this hand, I would have the 4 flush and the straight draw. I wouldn't like the straight draw at all. That's 3/4 of the pot. It's a good solid bet. A guy that had a king here might take a card off trying to get a queen, but that would be a wrong move with the 2 diamonds out there and somebody already having a possible made hand with the 3 connected cards. You don't want to go heads up with somebody paying 1-to-1 on money for a gut shot, which you're not going to get to very often. Again, this is strong fundamental basics I'm trying to teach you and explain to you and demonstrate for you, and get in your head that there's certain times that you just don't want to go for certain hands. You want to play a little tighter than you normally would. So now I got bad position, great cards. Got a limper there. We're not going to allow limpers to see this flop without paying the price. And it's probably going to be about 60 cents. Let's go 55 and see what they want to do. It's okay. I'm not going to let them limp in with a pair and hit something and take our whole stack. Pay to play. A lot of limpers here. Nobody's really doing a lot of raising. I'll pay the nickel again. That's not a good flop for us. Not even 1 diamond. Horrible. If you have a friend out there that's pretty good at poker, you might want to just have them shadow you and find the leaks and holes in your game. It's very good to have somebody do that before you go out and look for a coach or join one of the sites like Card Runners or there's different sites out there that offer academies and schools. And there's individuals like myself that have individual coaching and shadowing. Some of them offer very great deals and discounts. You just have to ask for them. You can contact me and ask me anything at alspath@alspath.com. Wow, open ender gets the perfect river card. Now I got good position here. I don't have very good cards. Nobody's really raising a lot. If there was 5 or 6 limpers, I might decide to come in this pot, but I don't think I'll put any money into this pot. If I did, of course, I'd want a queen 9 or 2 9s to flop. I would also like to have the 10 jack flop. The jack king would not be a good flop because that's going to hit somebody else and I'm going to have a gut shot. For those of you that can see the chat screen live, you'll notice that we get a couple of spammers that come in every now and then and have something to say, but really have nothing to say. Fortunately, when the video is broadcast back to you, you will not see. I have it set up so you will not see the chat, nor should you. So I would have made a straight, he would have made a flush. Again, queen 9, queen 8, really bad cards to play. Don't even get involved with those. Okay, you got two guys. If they check, then the last guy should bet. If I was in the middle like clickback is, I would put the bet in about 25 cents right here. Try to take it down. Where's clickback from? Elk Ridge. Could be here in Maryland. Nobody's betting. You try to imagine what could they have that nobody would bet with those kind of cards out there. At least the Jack should be betting now. Well, here comes Killadonk's partner in crime card rack. So he bets the 8 on the end. Unlikely he's got the diamond flush for you to put some money into the pot. Probably had a 6 and maybe an 8 and maybe made 2 pair. Could have made like 7, 10 and made a straight, I guess. Another horrible hand. You got posters too. You see these guys post. Now watch. This is good to watch. He posted and he checked. He posted and he checked. You can just eliminate the fact that they have good hands. This guy could raise right now. Don't have to worry about these guys. If they had a good hand, they would have raised on top of their posting there. So they told you that they got just any 2 random cards that didn't hit. They don't have much of anything. So yes, King 6, Jack 6. Having 1 spade is possible here for them. That's why you need to raise and get those folks out of the pot. And he took it down. So it's always good to be looking at the board, the stack sizes of people, what they bring in, when they post. It's very important. Now I'm in middle position here. This is not a very good hand. Although nobody's raising or anything like that. I probably could have raised and stole the button, but it's not a very good hand. There are some, especially new people that play the game of poker, that think any ace is a monster. I was playing in a home game last night, the tournament game, and I was playing against somebody that I know how much they bet when they pick up like a pair of kings or a pair of queens, and she just made that bet, and I had an ace 6, and it wasn't much of a bet, and I called from the blind because I had money in already, hoping to hit an ace and spiking it on her, and turns out ace didn't. She bet the flop, and of course I told her she had the kings, and she showed the kings. I said I was just here trying to spike an ace and take it away from you. But sometimes you can read people live or online, and you kind of tell what they might have, and that can dictate what you do. So we've got a raise and a re-raise and a call. So we got somebody with a king, somebody with possible hearts, Somebody maybe with a pair in the hand like jacks or something. He comes over the top. He says he's got king queen here. He says he's got king jack. Or maybe the heart flush. He got the heart flush. There he is. He said he got it. The other guy probably had a king. Didn't play it fast enough or hard enough. Now, I can't limp with this hand here, so I'm going to bring it in. Although hearts just came out on the last flop, it's doubtful they'll come out back to back. I'm going to try to get everybody I can out. Now I got position. Now I can continuation bet. Now I can barrel. I can do a lot of things. If this guy comes out of the blind, he says he's got a hand. When you come out of the blind, you usually have a strong hand. Now, I'm going to say he's got something like queens here. I don't think he's got the aces. I'm hoping he don't have the aces, because if he's got ace king or ace queen, then I'm going to be in trouble here, because I'm going to give him a call. I think he's good. Oh, he didn't. I'm taking the free card now. I'm taking the free card because I think he has an overpair to the board, and he wanted me to put money in the board. So now he bets 62 cents, which isn't the right bet here. So let's go 3 times his bet and see if he's really got it. Again, we found that we asked a question. And I'm trying to demonstrate this to you. We asked a question, we got an answer, he's got us beat. I would like to see if he had the queens here. I guess we won't know. Terrible. Okay, another $2, down $4. Keep track. Some of it's trying to demonstrate and show you some things you can do to find out information. They won't work out all the time. Not a great hand. We'll see a flop. I like the 9 first off, but I don't like the following cards. So it's usually going to be check and fold. He should bet no matter what. 2 guys in front bet or checked. We're just going to try to steal the pot. There's no chance for us now unless an 8 or 10 comes off and that guy's staying with an ace. Stayed with the ace. Just stayed with the ace. Limper. Nickel for 25. This is a little sketchy. This is like a little bit light on money. And he goes $3. That's just a steal bet. He had a good hand. Why do you bet $3 with 20 cents in the pot when you get premium cards? That's a big mistake. You've got to allow somebody to come at you with that hand. You've got to put some money in. The chances of beating you are very slim. You're not going to get any money when you get a premium hand if you just put $3 in there. That's just ridiculous. Now, at these lower limits, there's some people that will put their whole stack in there with pocket aces or kings, knowing that somebody else will think they're really stealing, or they have a pair of 9s, or they have an ace queen. They want to take that race. So sometimes you can get away with that, but with $3 bet, it's not very likely. Again, I like these cards. I like this position. I would raise with these cards back here. So we'll make it the pot. The pot is considered 5 cents, 10 cents, and my 10-cent bet, that's 25. So that's why it's a pot bet there. I'm going to bet it and take it down. He checked. You know, if he checks, you got to bet. Same thing. 4-6 suited. I'm going to act the same way as I did the last time. They're not putting me on 4-6 here. They're putting me on at least the ace 10 or something in that range. Maybe a pair. Maybe a king jack, king 10. They're not thinking I'm playing 4-5 suited, 4-6 gapped. Now this could hit them really bad. I gotta try to win this, but the chances are I won't get them out. But I gotta demonstrate to you that you gotta bet. Now the only thing I can hope for now is a spade comes here, or a 4, and I check it because I'm not gonna barrel again. He's gonna bet. He's got the hand, so I give it up. I don't like as much when they're not suited. You lose a little bit, 3% or so. That's a good raise. See, instead of 25, it's 35. He adjusted for the extra limper that came in the pot. That's a proper raise. It was a pot-sized bet. He got a person on the button calling him. Now he's got to wonder, out of these 3, how many will also put money in the pot. Normally when somebody makes this bet here, they want to get it isolated against 1 person or 2 people at the most, not 4 people. And you got 3 people. So let's just say the fly guy here is Pat from Philadelphia. And he's got overcards. He's got ace, king, or ace, queen. He's going to bet the pot and try to get them out right here. But he totally missed in that hand. Here's a fold. If I'm right about fly guy here being Pat from Philadelphia and he hears this on a delay, which I've got this set up for, he'll put something in chat to let me know if I was a Y or an N. Now this is a little bit light in range, but I got 1 sitting out, 2 sitting out, so I'm going to play this as a short table. I'm going to raise it up. But if you can hear this, Pat, if you're watching this live, if you did have a pair or not, just put something in chat. Just say yes, I was right, or no, I was wrong. Okay, I've got one opponent. I'm going to bet the entire pot, and he went over the top of me here. So I'm going to give him a call. I'm going to think he's got the ace 10 here. And I'm going to hope that I can hit a card. That's not the card I want to hit. Got a raise an early position there. Now I'm down around 2, 4. I'll say $6. I'll say I'm down on $6 rounded off for this session. Can't call that bet out of position. Sometimes you get a seat like this, and I'm just coming up short in everything I'm doing. Sometimes it's good if somebody else leaves. You change seats. This guy here the other day, we were playing at a table, and he was getting beat. He got beat with everything, and he changed to another seat, and he wound up winning like $40. Sometimes you just have to realize it's not happening. Fortunately, because I'm recording everything, I can't leave or do anything like that. Nice boat. Flop the set, turn the boat. Pflugerville. I think that's in Texas. Pay the nickel. I want a 5-6 to flop. 2 seem to be hot. I would not stick around for a 5. Let's see if he has that. I thought he was going to have ace 3, ace deuce. he going to post? So let's see what he does when it comes around to him. I would say that my first 25 minutes to half an hour has been a disaster as far as making plays and making moves and backfiring, but at least you got to see them and you understand the concepts behind it. They're not going to always work, but today none of them have worked with this crew that's sitting down at the table right now. But you got to remember and keep your mind focused. It takes one hand to get that back. 33 and a 131 is not a great bet. See if he goes 50. Kind of late on his betting. It should be in the 170. Hello, Mr. Rick Dent. How are you today? Somebody over in the chat screen, and nice to see him alive and well. I don't know how long he's been here. Oh boy. Flop top pair, turned two pair, and river boat. A crowded cabin. Easy. Fold. Mr. Rick Dent asked me yesterday, he got a notification that I was doing some recordings, and what it turned out to be was the server went down twice at full flush while I was on, and they were having some difficulties, and messed up the recordings. In fact, I thought I turned the recording off, but it recorded a blank screen for about a half an hour afterwards, and gentleman from over at Poker School Online, Brian, sent me a message, said it was still on, and I was unaware of it. But there was no recordings for yesterday. You didn't miss anything. 10 cents is not a good bet. The person likely to have the 5 here would more be click back than anybody because he's in the blind. Most people don't play hands with 5s in it unless they play ace-5 suited. See if click back shows out like 30 cents here to try to get paid. Nope. Oh, I'm glad that the banner is scrolling across the bottom of the screen here today. It's had some assistance in setting that up. The last time I did a video, it was very small and hard to read, but that was my fault because I hadn't gone back and adjusted it when I changed screens. Again, King 10 is not a strong hand. This guy raised, it's an easy fold. If I was first in, I would raise with the King 10. So let's imagine Fly Guy here. He likes to do this with small and medium pairs, like a pair of sixes or pair of sevens. So that's not a bad flop for him. He could have the ace, king, ace, queen, and missed, but he sevens and eights, he likes to do it down here. He's thinking it over now, folks. He had a big cards. He gave it up. King 4 is an easy fold. Got a new person coming in. Might be card rack coming back. He may have a bad connection. Nope, it's Blue Panda from Clemson. Now for these folks here to call, they're out of position. They have to have a better hand. They can't just have two random cards because Fly Guy is putting some pressure on them with early raises. This Don Lockwood, although he's down, and so am I, he knows what he's doing. He's making the right bets. You know, he's not getting flops. I'm not getting flops. I'm not being able to maneuver some people. It's just not working out. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Oh, that's a nice flop from my hand. Good bet. $175. Nope. He went light there, and I don't like that. It almost tells me that he doesn't like it too much. He didn't. He made a straight on the. No, he made just the 8 on the end. Or he had the, excuse me, but very bad. But that dollar told me right then and there he was very weak. That was the signal that everybody has to pay attention to. He bet less on the turn than he did on the flop, and that meant that he just was firing something out to see if he can nudge the guy off, but it's really not enough of a bet. So you got to pick up on those things and interpret them at the table. Just because you don't win or I don't win in a particular round doesn't mean you can't learn from what other people are doing or what other people are saying. For instance, I'm trying to give you cues as to what to look for at the table. You have got to take it all in. It all adds up. It's an edge here, an edge there, and all of a sudden you have the bigger edge at the table. And when you do get some good cards and you are able to pull some things off, you get some nice profits. You're not going to play every single time at the table and be a winner. It just doesn't happen that way. I lose, others lose. It's just one of the things about poker. Nothing's guaranteed. But you have to have the right attitude and you have to have the right approach. That was pretty nifty. Limpers again. New guy pitched from Pilot Knob, whatever the hell Pilot Knob is. I'm going to pay a nickel here. It's a nickel for 45. I can't go wrong there. And twos have been flopping. I just saw that first 2 up. I was hoping for 2 of them, or a 2 jack. Now, if somebody bets a dime here, the question you would ask me, what would you do? I'd stay and see if I catch a 2 or a jack for 10 cents. For 25 cents, there's no way. Say I'd be paying 25 into 75 pot, I'd be getting 3 to 1 on my money. If you put 10 cents in there, you know, it's only 10 cents into whatever the number is. It's a little bit better. And you could also think that your opponents are going to put the 10 cents in, so you can kind of count on them making an addition to the pot. So I got great position. A lot of you would just limp along here. I'm going to make it 55. Try to eliminate 1. Two, 3. He posted, so he's going to probably fold. Free money, take it. Have you ever seen so much limping in all your life? I could limp with those 2 cards. I'm not going to. I don't know what these next 2 guys are going to do. There's the raise. That's what he should do. It's a little light. Should have been 50 cents. He didn't adjust for the 3 limpers in the pot. And he didn't make it big enough, and therefore he got himself 2 callers. I think he'll bet, yeah, about 2/3, 3/4. That's a proper bet, even if he's got overcards to the board. Must be some little bit of lag, because I'm not seeing the timing it. That one did right there, was timing down. Last time I didn't see it, so must be a little timing issue on the server. This is a great hand to fold. Again, Fly Guy knows he's been in a lot of my trainings in the past, and he knows from Poker School Online. If you're going to bring it in for a raise. He adjusted for the limper, so he did a pot-sized bet there. He got a quick call from this guy. So I would think that this guy's got a nice pair, or he's got a good ace. good ace would be maybe he should have bigger ace, and he should have re-raised him if he did. But he probably have ace jack or anything. Now he's got to bet the pot here against one person to get him out. The whole pot, 95, and he didn't do it. You got to call him. Now he's going to have to do it again. Watch the size of the bet to determine whether or not he has the guts. If he checks, he gave up. Okay. He got that quick call again. Now they both maybe have an ace. Let's see. Fly guy checks. His money would have been in the pot. If he had an ace here, his money would be in the pot. So I tend to think that he might have even had a smaller pair. But he didn't play it exactly the way he should play it, that's for sure. So I got kings, and I got to try to maximize my money on this. So I'm gonna make it 40. I'll make it just we'll do that a little bit more than I want them to think that I'm trying to protect a weaker hand here. Okay, inevitable flop of a king and an ace. That's a great flop if he's got the ace. This is where I go for the double up. I go for the whole ball of wax. So I'm going to wait on the server here not too long because it might time me out. But I'm going to act like I'm trying to steal it and hope that the ace will call me. Come on, you've seen me try some moves before. You know I could be trying one now. Come on. Nope, neither one of them. Well, I tried it. I could have made a smaller bet, but I also could have got somebody that, with two of them there, could have got some kind of a better hand, I guess. Again, that was just a ploy by me based on how I've been beat up in the earlier part of this demonstration, that they would think that I'm trying to steal there and try to come at me if they had the ace. I don't want them to see the turn card free or for light money. Easy fold. Got about 15 minutes left on this video, trying to see if we can't get nearly an hour. So this gentleman here adjusted nicely, made a nice bet, and this guy calls. If this guy here calls, he has to have a certain range of hands. This person has to have a certain range, and then this person here tells you they have a certain hand. Then that's how you put players on hands. Now watch how fast he responds to this bet with that board. Why would this guy here out of position stay when this guy was betting pre-flop, two queens are on the board? Why would this person stay at all? He has to have a queen or he has to have a straight draw, wouldn't he? Because there was no flush draw. He has to have the queen. There it is. There's information that's gained, just like I gained information. I asked questions earlier on. I didn't like the answer when somebody came over the top of me. But you've got to ask for the information, then you got to read the information that's available to you and make your decisions so you can save money. Money saved is money earned. Mike Carroll said it many, many times in his books, alive, in his seminars. If you can save money, you've earned money. That's an easy win. A limper, a min raise, a nice raise. So what do you think? A min raise would maybe be a suited ace, might be a pair. This guy here is saying he's got ace king, ace queen, or he's got a big pair like pocket queens or aces. I'm going to fold. Pat just called, which I don't like here. So he's probably got a pair, and he wants to see if he can flop a set and take somebody's stack. I don't think he should come in here with ace king or ace queen. He could be way behind. Or king queen suited, for instance, because ace king will dominate him. This guy should make a $2 bet at least because he's got 3 opponents. He does not want to go half the pot. There you go. $2 bet. He has to go all in or fold. This guy could call, but it's doubtful he has anything here. And then there's lefty. So that's what you got to do. You got to analyze every single bit of information that's at the table and try to come up with a logical answer without seeing the cards. Limp under the gun. Never a good idea. It invites more limpers. More limpers. It invites me in for a nickel, and 4-5 is not a bad hand to see a flop with. I got a nice open-ended draw here. I do have 2 spades I have to worry about. I might even check raise this guy, depending on how many people come in. So they all came in. I'm going to do a pot-sized bet here. I do want the ace to come off. So what does he tell me? Does he already have a set? Am I going to get upended one more time here today? Let's see. Oh, you know what the problem is here? He's going to bet a lot of money. And I can't go for the open end if he bets a lot of money. If he bets $3, for instance. Now, $2 for $8, and 4 to 1. I got an open end. I got 8 outs. 8 times 2. I only got a 16% chance. But listen, I got to take a shot at getting the rest of his money today and getting back in this. So I take the shot, and I miss. And he's still the winner. He'll bet, and he'll win. There's no value in that 4 coming off. So we lost another 4, and our bankroll building is taking a big hit today, which is good in one sense that you see what can happen. Even if you know what you're doing, it just may not work. And you have to understand that some days you're going to do what you're supposed to do, and it's just not going to work. So I'm down $10. I'm supposed to double my money here, not lose my money. But for those of you that have been here from the beginning of the video, is there any difference in my tone? Is there any difference in my attitude? Do you notice how I'm adjusting my mindset? I am not making excuses for anything. I'm telling you just like it is. It doesn't work sometimes. You have to get over it. You have to move on. You have to keep trying things. If I wasn't recording this, I would have, tell you the truth, I would have got up and got a different seat with the team open several times and tried it from a different perspective. Or I would have went onto another table, or I would have just quit for a couple of minutes, went out, got some air, take a walk around the block or the courtyard or whatever you're living there. But you got to just break it up, get that attitude back that you want to win, and get in there and fight for your bankroll. A lot of times when you're playing live, you have to change your seat or you have to change tables. You may not just like the people at our table. They just don't play the style that you want, or they don't understand their calling stations. They don't understand bluffs or semi-bluffs, so that you can't try some of the maneuvers against them. Sometimes you run up against good players. So Pat's reloaded. This is a quick call of that bet. I like a re-raise here rather than a call because he's got the position. He finds nothing out by just making a call here. If he makes a bet to $1, he finds out just what that guy has. I got a comment over in the chat section that you won't see on the video that this is a great video, it's so real. Well, I don't edit anything that I do. If I get beat up, you're going to see it occasionally. I don't get beat up that often, but I'm getting beat up today. For me, this is getting beat up. Easy fold. See, now Don Lockwood, he moved over seats. He moved over here. Remember, he was here before, and he posted, and then he checked. So we got to think he's got position here, but he's got nothing. I mean, he could have 9-3, 7-3. He could have crap, but as for good cards, he doesn't have. He would have bet. He would have, with position, with good cards, even though he posted, he would have raised. So somebody needs to bet, not 10 cents to get him out. So now he's at 40. He could have 7-9, 7-3, 9-3. He could have 8-10. He could have 8-6. We got to watch this. He posted and now he's raising. One of the comments over in the chat right now is that I'm teaching more than the poker skills. I'm teaching how to handle and control the skills. I try to address every aspect of sitting at the tables. You know, your mindset, you have a mind shift, and you've heard me mention Donna Blevins is very good. She has some courses out in Florida that you can tune up your game. That guy just took it away from him with a big bet. All right. We're going to go back and do it again, see what happens. We have not been successful in early position making ready. You can easily throw this away. If you want to limp with it, you can, but it's really usually not the thing to do. Got to watch for a person like this because they only got the $1.70. When they enter, they're going to really enter the whole thing. All right, I'm going to go with half. I want to see who's really connected to this. They got to consider I have an ace. Now, spade comes up, putting 3, but also gives me 2 pair. This is where he would raise me if he made this flush. But he didn't really raise enough to get me completely off of it. Now, an ace or a 3 would be nice. So I'm going to bet $4. See what he does. Thinking. I could have bet less and maybe got paid off. He had the flush. He said he had the flush, and then the last card came. He thought I had a bigger flush, so he put me on having the king of spades. He must have. I see the Team Pitbull is in our chat today. Welcome. Hope you've checked out some of my other videos on YouTube. You just search Al Spath. And at Twitch, it's Twitch GPL. I hope you subscribe to both channels. It's free. Leave a comment, please. I'd love to hear from you. Good, bad, indifferent. What's wrong with your game? How can I help? Something to cover on a next session? I'm all for that. But don't leave it in chat. Just leave it as a comment to one of my videos, and I certainly will address whatever issues you want me to talk about. It's tough getting started. There's a lot of pitfalls and pit bulls too. Gonna go once more around the table. Got about 5 or 6 minutes left. I think it probably averages about that to go around the table, and then we'll see where we end up. We're down several times and up a little bit now at $13, but still overall down for the session. But I hope that you got a lot out of the session as we talked about putting players on hands, keeping the right mental frame of mind. I'm trying to summarize some of the things we talked about, position and bet sizes and what looks weak and what looks strong. These are all things that can help you when you're playing. And I want to hear from you when you're playing. Please comment, send me an email, let me know, alspath@alspath.com. Let me know what's giving you trouble, what's working. All right, we don't have much of anything in the blind. We don't have any really thing on this flop. It's coordinated as it is. I think he's gonna Check it all the way around and look at there straight. Now, who has the Jack Queen? We're going to just split the pot, chop it up 3 ways. That was a waste. The rake took more money than we won. All right, we're going to pay the nickel. We would want the ace-8 to flop. We want 2 8s to flop. I'd rather not have 2 aces flop because I have no kicker. I'd rather have the 2 8s to flop. Always be thinking about what's the best scenario for you in the long run. That's an easy get out of the way. And I'm going to take my auto post off at this point because we're going to play around to the big blind. There'll be a 45-second to 1-minute delay at the end, so stay with the video. I'll let it count down. There might be, I don't think there'll be silence on my end, but if there is, I apologize. But that's because I'm trying to let the video run out so that you get the commentary on the last hand. Nice hand, nice position. Early raiser. We got to see what both of these guys have. Call, call. I'm going to bet the pot here. Thank you, guys. I got half of my money back. Don't really like this. This guy's a calling station. This guy's a calling station. I got a weak ace. I'm just going to let this one go this particular time. This could be my worst fold. It could be my best fold. We'll see when the flop comes. I know some of you are rooting for 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't want that flop. Should be a fold. I don't think he checked the first time with a 6 and called. I don't know if he did or not, but it just seems a little unlikely. Watch out when you get runner, runner. We'll see, he had the 6. Runner, runner of 1 suit, because if it matches a card that's earlier, like that was the heart, somebody could make that flush on you. So when that turn card pairs or suit matches another card, just be careful someone that is paying more to stay in the hand didn't pick up a flush draw. Just keep your eyes and ears open. I don't know who else is in the chat today, but thank you all for coming. I see a couple of names up on the board, but I don't think you'll be able to see the chat when you play this video back. So for those that are in here watching it live, I got the notification because you subscribed to my Twitch channel. Thank you, and thank you for your comments. I want to certainly extend my invitation to you to invite some others to follow me and to come check out my videos. It's much appreciated. I spent a lot of time and effort putting this together, and there's a lot of folks I can thank, but a couple of people in particular that really have helped me fine-tune the process here, and my sincere appreciation to them. Okay, we're getting down to some people sitting out. Might have 1 or 2 hands left. That's not the hand we want. As a former dean over at Poker School Online for 5 years, I encountered over 4,000 students per year. Many were starting out, many had great skills, many had acquired great skills and have done tremendously in the poker world, both live and online. And I salute all of them that put the time and effort in and read the books and watched the videos and asked the questions and came to live events. It certainly was a great experience for me. So here I'm going to just go ahead and sit out, and we'll wrap things up by saying this hand doesn't make much difference to me what the outcome is. I appreciate you coming. And again, I'm Al Spath, teach GPL on Twitch. Please follow me, please comment, and I certainly do appreciate everything that you guys do in the poker world. Thank you now.